So you can pop in chat or you can just pop on and let us know how you're doing. What are you working on? How's your report coming? Any of the things. Roscoe.
Hey,
Hey.
nice to meet you. I don't think I've met you yet. I have been so laser focused on finishing my report, my reading report, and also it took me so long to get the contact form on my website working.
Um,
Um, but I did. I mean, it was just really hard, and but I've been so laser focused on the report that I haven't really been able to think about the other parts of launching the business or and I also have allowed that to like really hold me up on doing anything else, like promoting my business or getting traffic on the website or anything like that. So I'm trying to jump back in the game today and expand my focus to all the other parts of this besides
okay.
just the reading report.
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
your human design?
I'm a 3/5 splenic projector,
Oh, okay.
and
You
I'm
know,
dealing with like I am definitely like in the trenches of life and like being such a 3/5 and like a lot of not self crap going on with me like so
I love 3/5s though. 3/5s are like my favorite profile, legit my favorite profile. It's so fun. It might not be fun for you, but it's fun for me to work with 3/5s because yeah, you have such a crazy way of doing things, and I love to see it in action.
well, I've decided suddenly to start having fun with it again, so thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. So do you want to talk through any of what's going on, how you're jumping back in? Would it help to have a sounding board for some of that?
Mm, yeah, I just and I think it's related to the transit that we're in right now. Like, I'm like really trying to pay attention to more opportunities and openings to share, like make my unique contribution to the world and be more positive about that because just like as a very niche weird person that operates completely through social media, I get really down about like how hard that can be.
Mm.
And so I'm trying to be just like more optimistic about that and looking for more synchronicities and signs and openings. I'm trying to put more focus on those people that do recognize me, like my few handful of clients instead of worrying about the masses of people that don't recognize me.
Mhm.
And just like dialing it, I have a timer on my computer called the Pomodoro. I don't know if y'all know about that, but it counts down from 25 minutes and then it starts a 5 minute break and then it starts over at the 25. So just like on the very surface level, just trying to be more organized about how I do my work and giving myself some breaks so I don't freak out.
That's got to be
That's
interesting trying to stay organized as a 3/5.
it is. And I also live on a farm in Costa Rica, so there's just like constant like extreme weather or like bugs, goats. There's a lot of moving parts all around me.
I'd like to
Selling,
feel sorry for you, but you lost me at Costa Rica.
yeah.
No, that's fun though. What's your niche?
I do men's work and I teach a lot of naked yoga online, and I'm trying to share, like real yoga and human design with this niche of people who's mostly interested in um, just nudity. Like yeah, a lot of my clients are gay men, and um, so I'm sort of like trying to bring a lot of things together in a world where all those things are not necessarily appreciated.
Mm. And especially online, I would think that's got to be something to carve out that thing online. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very brave, very 3/5-ish of you. One of my 3/5 clients once told me, actually not a client, a friend, once told me that she was once described, the 3/5 profile was once described to her as slightly unhinged. And I've
Oh yeah.
always held on to that because it's like so accurate. My granddaughter's a 3/5 and yeah, unhinged. Yeah. But it's cool. Like you guys can do things that nobody else can get away with. So I love to see you doing that with your passions. So what's your plan to get on social media again? and get cracking with your business?
That's a good question. I really am not sure. I'm kind of trying to refigure that out today. I mean, I'm still doing my thing. I'm still posting, but I'm like really trying to shift the focus away from social media for a moment to get the real stuff more established and re-enter social media with more of a clear intention and plan. But
To drive people,
I don't know.
yeah, give people a place to land that's more your space,
Mhm,
your website and all that. Yeah. Yeah.
mhm.
Sounds like fun.
It can be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's where I'm at. I don't want to take up too much space. I'm sure there's others who probably want to share.
That's okay. Thank you for sharing with us. Who else is working on something in their business that you want to chat through? We will get to the tech stuff too. We've got Victoria here. We've got her on camera so she can fix all our stuff for us. Trish, yeah, yay. I've been wanting to hear from you.
I'm still feeling the frustration of I feel like everything I do on social media is, landing on deaf ears basically. People like my posts. Yeah, I know I was totally identifying with what you're saying. Um, I yeah, it's like nobody's responding, and I'm trying not to. I mean, I'm not a hard sell person anyway, and I'm I marketing was never my thing. I was a flight attendant. I can serve people. I can help people.
That's
But
okay.
yeah, like it's frustrating, and I'm sure I don't put enough into it. Um there's the perfectionist in me thinking that I've got to do so much, so much, so much, and then the projector runs out of energy and gets overwhelmed and freezes and doesn't do anything, and then I beat myself up. I'm realizing that this is part of my design. I mean, this is how I've been my whole life, and I realize that I come about it honestly. um and then also part of my journey is to learn to work with that and to become a successful projector.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
And happy birthday.
thank you. Thank you. So may I share some things with you?
Please.
So one thing, this is for all of us, myself included, preaching to the choir here, but one thing I really want us to think about is our languaging around marketing, social media, all of those things. Because like Wayne Dyer was one of my very favorite teachers on the planet. And he always said, like, you can't get healthy thinking thoughts of I'm well. You can't get fit thinking thoughts of I'm unfit, all of these things, right? So we can't have a different reality than what we're putting out there. And I know that that sounds like, oh God, do I really need to listen to that again? But we all need to, like, we all need to be checked on that, I think, over and over and over again, because if we're constantly saying, nobody's listening to me on social media, I'm canceling all this out to the universe after, but nobody's listening to me on social media, or, I feel like the feelings are valid. And we need to get, or the invitation for us is to switch that into something. Something a little bit, I don't like toxic positivity to just put a positive spin on it, but like what's a slightly more empowering thought than nobody's listening on social media? What would be something a smidge more empowering that you could say to yourself?
My social media people haven't found me yet.
There you go. Are on their way to me.
On their way to me. They're on my way to me. The universe is sending. I should be grateful for the gifts that are on the way from the universe. How's that saying go? Something like that.
Yeah. Just believing that because as a projector, like you're a lighthouse. And as I'm listening to you speak, I'm like, well, that's what you lead with as a projector. Like, I think it's totally fine to lead with, I'm going to disappear sometimes because my energy's not always on. And my invitation to you is to do the same. Like, I'm teaching you to honor your design by living by example. I'm like freezing for a second because I'm like, I know she shared her incarnation cross or conscious sun with us at one point. What's your conscious sun?
Um, 16. Is
Oh,
that my conscious? 16 or 37? I think my conscious is 16,
okay.
1, I guess.
Okay. So, but regardless, like as a projector, like you really have the opportunity, all of us have the opportunity to lead by example, but you get to show people how to build their businesses differently. Remind me of your niche. Is it travel that you're getting into?
Well, I would like to speak on cruise ships and then you focus towards travel.
Yeah.
But, introduce people to human design. Like my people are new to human design and have no, my customer
Yeah.
has no really knowledge of a lot of human design. Maybe they've heard of it.
So a lot of what you're going to need to be talking about is the benefit of understanding their human design. So
Mhm.
sometimes we get caught up in wanting to teach people about their incarnation cross or their profile or their sacral response or their whatever, or being a projector. But they maybe don't need to know or want to know specifically, like, I'm a projector, so this is all the information I need. They want it, like, what does it matter in their life? What are you doing in your life differently because you know that you're a projector? And how can you bring that to them? How can it change their life, understanding their design? They want to know the benefits. And we tend to speak about features and use like human design-y type talk. I'm not saying you're doing this. I haven't seen your feed, but just like really when your energy is on, really, what can you give them of value to bring them along in the human design journey with you? And then like letting yourself off the hook that sometimes your energy is on and sometimes it's off, and just allowing yourself to go with that. Like you don't have to be like, consistency doesn't have to be daily.
Mhm.
Are you using a social media scheduler?
No, but I'm thinking about it because I'm getting ready to go on a big 2-week trip, and then my posts will change more towards my travels.
For sure.
Um, yeah, so like telling my story and how human design has changed my life and how it affects me. I'm hearing you say is a good way to go.
That's always a good way to go. And even I think we underestimate how much people value like little tiny things. You think of all the little tiny ways you use your design in a day. It's incredible how we use it every day. Like I did a story one time. It was so popular, this story that I did. My granddaughter thought she was recording a podcast with me. Brooksy is 2, and he hates tags in his clothes. He has gate 19, I think 2 or 3 times in his chart. So he was like wanting this tag off. So I'm like, don't cut the tag off. Let's get a video. So we get a video of us cutting off the tag and put on my story. And I think I did like 3 little things about how this is because of this gate in his chart. And do you have a child that is sensitive to blah, 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 blah. You wouldn't believe the response that got. And it is such a tiny, tiny, tiny thing that we don't even think of because we're in human design every day. And we think it has to be this massive life-changing thing. It could be something so simple as you lying down to read a book at night because your projector energy, you've been around a lot of sacral energy and you need to let it dissipate. It could be something so simple as that. Like there are a bazillion things we can do. I talk like I talk to my grandkids, but there are a bazillion things that we can do that we underestimate how helpful they can be for people. And then like simplicity is when you really, really, really understand something, you can make it simple for people. And then you're the person that they will hire. That's the highest compliment you can get is like, oh my God, you say that in a way that I can understand it. You say that in a way that adds value to my life instead of this hocus pocus stuff that they can't get a hold of anyway. Does that make sense?
It does. It's very, very, very helpful. I've got all kinds of things going on in my head now on what I'm going to do.
Yeah. So do you speak into a voice recorder or something to for
I I've been I've been doing like videos
Mhm.
and to be honest, so I have this app called Big View which does it's like a teleprompter, so you can video yourself and then it'll fix it, and I'm over edit everything. I use AI to make everything sound good. And I did something yesterday and I posted it on social media, and I followed the AI, I tweaked it so it sounded kind of like me. And then I just kind of used that as a base. And then I kind of added my own thing and, said, oh, human design, doesn't put you in a box. And then I started talking about something else, and it was kind of cool. So with that, I can record a bunch of videos and schedule them. So it's not really a post scheduler, but you can schedule the videos to post on YouTube and social and whatever your socials and everything is.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So I meant, to get your ideas out of your head. I appreciate that share because I'm going to look that up now, but to get your ideas out of your head, do you have a system where you get them out of your head so that you can get to them when you have the energy for them?
Oh, no, but I journal every morning.
Perfect.
And today there was a lot today that I journaled. Sometimes there's like, no, I need to like carry it with me.
Yes.
I'm not so good at the voice recording, but if I carry a pad with me, I'm going to start doing that and just write things down when I think about them.
Yeah. And then when your energy is on for content creation, you look at your idea book and you have 27 things you can choose from. It makes it so much easier to do. And then this is just for all of us on the call. I'm going to challenge you not to over edit yourself online, because people like us when we're real. They want to see, and especially now, I mean, we all know 2027 is coming, and like there's so much, coming down the pike, and people want to see the real you. They really, really want, like, I am so over, if I look at someone's feed and they're filtered and they're AI'd to death and everything, it's like, who's next? Because I want to see someone who's totally real. I want to see someone who can be raw. I want to see someone who can show up without their makeup on, in their pajamas, done up. I don't care how you look, and I don't want you to apologize that you don't look good. So I don't know. I just feel like that's like such a push. And it can be like culturally a little bit hard to do, right? It can be hard to just be like, okay, I'm going to go on without the filter and all of those things. But that's when you're going to draw your people to you as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. Think about the people that you love to follow. Do you follow anyone for the sake of sheer inspiration and enjoyment, who makes you feel really good about yourself, who is absolutely perfect? That was a generator stop question. Sorry.
You know what's interesting? I was listening to Molly McCord. She's an astrologer, and I think she also dabbles in human design. And I'm getting ready to go on a cruise with her. And she was talking about, whatever with the astrology. And then she said, oh my gosh, a tortoise just walked through my yard. And then she went on this tangent about the tortoise. And she's like, could this be the universe showing that this is how we should be slowing down right now? And that was my favorite podcast that she's ever done, because she totally, was just all about the tortoise and totally went off script. And yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
It's hard though. It's hard.
It is at first, but then it's like, you're just like, whatever. There's a speaker, Lisa Nichols, and she talks about the dip. How people love you in your dip. It's really worth listening to. I can't remember if it's a TED Talk or if it's one of her own on YouTube, but you can look it up, Lisa Nichols. It's absolutely fabulous, and it will make you understand how you have to give people that little bit of lower stuff as well. Lower stuff, I think you know what I mean. So that you're not always like showing all of the perfect stuff. And then for you, this idea is just, I'll stop talking after this. But you said something about going on a cruise with this astrology person. Like, so what I would want to see on your stories, I would want to see like, what are you putting in your suitcase? I want to see everything. I don't watch stories, but if I did watch stories, I'd want to see absolutely everything that you're doing to prepare for the trip. What are you doing on the trip? What are the neat things that you're learning? How are you using your design in all of those ways? Like, that is gold right there. It's just everyday life is gold.
That's so funny. I'm sitting in my room right now and I've got all my clothes out.
Put it on a story.
Been trying all the outfits on. Okay.
Yeah, put on a story, take some pictures of you like this or that, you know, for a
Mhm.
cruise dinner or for whatever, you know, like just bring people with you on the journey.
Fashion
Okay.
show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it sounds fun. Actually, this makes me feel a lot better because I was feeling very anxious. And I'm like, yeah, I'll have fun with it.
Yeah. Social media
Someone
is
corrected
social.
my, yeah. So I was gonna say someone corrected my spelling on a post lately. And of course it, just crushed me.
Yeah. See ya.
Yeah, exactly.
There's an unfollow button. I welcome you to use it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank
Have
you.
fun with it. Okay. All of us need to have fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Because then that energy transfers in our words and in our videos and everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks for sharing
Thanks.
with us. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. What else have you got? Oh, okay. I'm gonna look in the chat here, but if anybody else wants to unmute and talk,
I'll pop out here, Vicki.
yeah, hi, Jen.
Hello. I'm noticing that in the process of all the steps with Bodygraph that I have a focus that I'm going to sit down and do, and then I get totally distracted by
Mm,
all the other little pieces that have to be done. So, like connecting an email, so that I can actually be communicating with people or actually getting a report that is completed on my website. So, and I am a visual learner. So is there a possibility that we can go through some steps today?
absolutely.
Like covering maybe connecting email to reports or to the chart and all that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, Victoria, are you up for that? And then we'll go to your question in the chat, Deb, okay?
Yeah, we definitely can go through the steps that need to be taken first to set up the Bodygraph chart. Yeah, I can demonstrate that later. Yeah.
You can do
Do
it
you want
now
to do
if
it
you
first?
want.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, let me just
Let
share
me
the
make sure that you
screen.
can. I don't know if you
Yeah.
need to be co-host, but I just added you.
Okay. Okay, so I got my, okay. Okay, just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes.
So, okay, Jamie, so my first question would be, do you have the chart integrated into your website?
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
do have that integrated.
Okay, and did you enable the email field at your embed code?
Not yet, because I've been trying to decide which email service to use.
Okay, so not necessarily that you need to wait for choose specific email services or
Okay.
newsletter platform, because you can enable email field, and the awesome thing is that you will already start collecting the emails and your leads in the statistics.
Okay,
But
yes, I
yeah,
have done that. Yes.
brilliant. So if you will start collecting emails, that means that you can export these emails and get into your platform later on, so you don't miss out while you're deciding if someone is actually visiting your website. You're already collecting the emails. So enable the email field and start getting that data. And then my apps, I actually will not probably show how to connect each app, but we have many platforms to choose from. Now, if they are vary so much. I mean, they got so many different tools that you can achieve, what you can achieve with those tools. But the main purpose probably of this connection is to collect the subscriber. And with the subscribers, depends on the connection, but most of them allowing you to collect the data. So some of them will allow you to collect the information with the subscribers, such as age, date of birth, the link to the chart. What it has allowed, one second, I think I got the different example. That's custom fields as well. Okay, so custom fields. I think the MailChimp, I will do quickly the example. Let's say MailChimp also allows you to collect the tags, sorry, to assign the tags to the subscriber. So what tags allows you to do? It allows you to send the targeted emails. Let's just say I decided to send an email to the generators only. So the system within the MailChimp will allow you to send those targeted emails specifically for that group of people, because the subscribers will have the tag assigned, and only those who got the generator tag assigned will receive the email if you will set up automation specifically for that subscriber. And what the custom fields allows you to do, it allows you to include this information into the email. So let's just say if usually it's called as the inserts or the short codes within the platform. Different platform calls them differently. What you can actually do, you can insert the information. So let's just say when you're building the automation, you will put your text saying hello blank. Blank will be replaced with a short code or insert of their name. This is the link to your chart, blank. Insert with the chart URL. So custom fields allows you to build the actual content of the emails and include that information into the emails. The good thing is that, for example, if you're collecting their data, so you can send very personalized emails, so such as like you knowing them, saying, oh, I recognize your type is blank, and you will insert the short code, and they will say like, okay, she's talking to me now. Right now, you're not talking just generic, you're not sending generic information. And when you will send the link, that what's the good thing is that all the reports that have been enabled at the time when the person submitted the chart will be still at the link. So if they changed, let's say they did not purchase the report at the moment when they generated the chart, they will have an opportunity to revisit the chart, and those widgets of the report still will be there for them to purchase if they change their mind. So that's just additional reminder that, you know, if you forgot, there are reports under your chart, check within this link blank, you know, so this all information allow you to do so. Now, if you're very conscious about the business, let's say, spendings in the beginning, and you still figure out which platform to start with, I probably would go with the MailChimp. Why I'm saying that? Because the free service or free subscription, I think, gives quite a good package to start with. You can always export the subscribers and move to the next platform whenever you want to. If you will decide to upgrade to some paid platform, but let's just say the platforms such as ActiveCampaign, I think Campaign Monitor are quite expensive. At least that's what customers said for me. So, you know, it's not probably good if you're just starting the business and you want to save some money, obviously, because you always can transfer those subscribers later. Every single platform allows you to export your subscribers and move to the next platform. So that's a great place to start with. And emails, yeah, and then automation, of course, automation will vary, depends on the platform. I've seen the questions on our Facebook group. If we can help or to show an example how to set up automation, I probably will be preparing one example because we're using ConvertKit. It probably will be on the ConvertKit to show one example how to set up, let's say, welcome email, just one example, but the settings will vary. But as soon as you have that information from the subscriber, the tags, the custom fields, the best way to get to support is actually to reach out to the specific platform's customer service and ask, okay, look, I got this data. Tell me how to set up the automation. Tell me how to include the custom fields that I collected into the emails. I'm pretty sure that they will be more than happy to help. Well, not maybe that happy like I am, but it's
Not as
Yeah,
happy
but
as Victoria is.
yeah, I'm always happy. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. So that's very important thing to, while you're deciding, enable the email field just to get that data into statistics. Once you decided, export the emails, and basically you can copy everything and paste it into the platform where you will be collecting the emails. Now, when you will decide as well which platform you will need to connect, there is a help center. If you will click this button, it will lead you to the all articles. And there is a big group that says how to connect my newsletter, and you will select specific platform what you want to connect. And there is a step-by-step visual guide, and also the video tutorials that I prepared that says you basically step-by-step how to make that connection. And the last step would be probably the release the reports. Of course, I don't know how advanced you are and if you're selling any reports. Bear in mind, this is my testing account and it's complete mess. And I'm profile 3.5, so I'm just breaking and messing up. So, so of course, once you got the reports ready, or if you're just starting, if you're the one who's starting, I'm always advising to use what is already available. Because when you sign up for any kind of subscription, and Bodygraph Chat is no exception, you want that subscription to pay back as quick as possible, right? So that means we providing some reports such as Midnight Dunes, which is quite good mid-range report that includes, I think, profile, it's defined centers, type, and I think inner authority, if I'm right. Also, we have lead magnet for children, health, and relationship that comes with the content. You can install, you can customize it. For example, change the cover page, just add your own branding and sell it. It's ready. Even if it's not talking exactly, I'm coming back to the point when Vickie said, do not overthink that. Maybe it's not talking to your specific niche. So what? Even if you will, you will offer something, and if people will figure out, for example, kids lead magnet tells me how kids sleep based on the defined or and undefined centers. Every single parent in the world will find that valuable simply because, oh my God, I'm struggling to put my two girls in bed. So like, you know, the way that we released the lead magnet, that was probably, I was the first client who generated it to check how to put my kids to sleep. So even if it does not speak to your specific niche, but that's the content for you to release and start generating some revenue and offer those reports, even if it's not too much, at not such a big price, just something within the comfort zone for the people. So, you know, when they generate chart and they see like, okay, maybe I'll spend $10 on this little report, maybe $20, I don't know, it depends on your area and how popular human design is around your area. Oops. So you can actually you know, start generating the money. And let's just say you will release the 3 reports for 10 pounds, 5 reports a month, totally doable. Totally doable. And you can, excuse me, messages just keep coming back. So yeah, totally doable. And that will pay back your subscription price. And just then, when it's all set up, chart is integrated, newsletter connected, and you release what is already available, you can go into editor and start building your own unique report. And by the time you will be ready to release it, you will have already quite good customer base of people who already visited your website, and those people will be more likely to buy your new offers than the random people from the social media, just because they already visited your website or maybe even purchased some reports from your website. So did I answer the question? And is that enough, or you want me to demonstrate something else?
That was wonderful. I appreciate that, especially with the email connection. So the report is ready. Can you go over? I know that it probably all depends on what platform you're using for your website, but can you just demonstrate how to embed it into your website?
Okay, so once the report is ready, of course, you need to decide it will be automatically free. Okay, so if you will go into Integrate Chat, which is like your remote control for your website, right? So you need to just simply enable those reports that you want to become live under your chart. How it will look like, you can check at the designs and result page, like widgets underneath the chart. So, but those will be free, but if you want to make reports, if you want to sell reports, you will need to connect the payment method. And we support payment methods with Stripe, PayPal, Thrive, and WooCommerce. So again, at the Help Center, you'll find exactly the same type of the articles that tells you step by step how to make the connections. And then when the connection is ready, you will come back to the report and set up the price. And you will select the connection that you did. You will give the price for the report and select which currency you want to get for this reports. And that's it. Once you will enable, then customer, instead of download now, will say buy now button, and they will be redirected to that specific payment method checkout. And once the payment goes through, they will be redirected back to their chart, and the pop-up with the download button will appear for customers to download their report.
Wonderful. And I'm guessing you have videos that walk you through all this. What would be the search topic to find that?
The search topic. So if you will go into the Help Center, so a newsletter group, of course, you will search which one exactly specifically, which platform you will pick up, because I don't know, but under newsletter, you will find how to connect the newsletter apps. Under payment app section, you will find how to connect Stripe or PayPal. I'm preparing the Thrive card. Thanks to Vickie for your support. Thrive card as well article. Then under reading reports, we're preparing new articles as well, how to use the reading reports. You will find all sorts of information here beneficial. And under embed code settings, you will see how to, what you are able to enable there, including the reports, how to enable the reports on the embed code.
Okay, thank you. Just a quick question for my understanding is right now they can download a free chart. Will all those options for possibly purchasing charts be right there on that downloadable chart, or is it something that I have to create? Does that make sense?
No, I did not really pick up
They
on
show up
that.
at the
So,
bottom. So when people see your chart on the computer screen or their phone screen, they show up at the bottom as options to purchase.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm curious. So I don't have to go in and create another page and more codes on my website.
No.
Oh.
It's gonna happen, and no, exactly. So you have your chat enabled, and you know, the submission form that you have there, and once you will enable on that specific embed code that you're using at your website, the reports, they will become available under the chart. Just my complete mess. I'm not sure actually if this embed code got reports enabled. It takes some time. I apologize for that.
Well, that's helpful to know. My mind has been thinking I have to create all these things. So thank you.
What did I do wrong? Oh, it actually generated. Okay, so my one is, as I said, complete mess. But yeah, the reports will become available as the widgets under the chart. Of course, they will still have, if you enabled the download chart option on the top, but the reports actually paid off. The reports will be, which you will enable listed underneath, and you can customize the widgets, how they look like. You can change the colors, you can add the description telling what people will get. My one is just complete mess.
Thank you so much. This is very helpful.
You're most welcome.
Hey, Victoria, I'm going to read you another question that I think you just answered, but I just want to make sure. My question is about the Bodygraph chart website backend plugins. What Woo and Bodygraph chart plugins are required to be activated to provide functionality for selling reading reports on Bodygraph chart e-commerce website?
Okay, so for Bodygraph chat business website, if you want to connect the payment method, you do not need to connect with the Woo directly, because I think they will charge some subscription price, if I'm sure. If you're using Stripe or PayPal, all you will need to do is basically to install either Stripe or PayPal plugin. And once it's installed, you will come into Woo settings and the plugin will become available just as one of these toggles. It will say Stripe or PayPal. There are definitely other payment methods that you probably can connect, but need to research. Maybe there is another plugin, because I'm sure the different countries have a different payment methods. So you can connect it, and when you will click finish setup, it will ask you to provide the login credentials. Once it's done, the checkout process from the business website, when people will buy the reports, will take them through the specific either Stripe or PayPal, or you can even enable multiple payment methods. They will be able to choose which method to use, or even insert the card details specifically to pay directly for the reports. Did I answer the question?
Deb, you can just chat in or unmute, whatever you'd like, to let Victoria know if she answered that proper or what you were looking for. And just a word about PayPal that I discovered the hard way, and a lot of coaches are finding this as well, is that they hold money for a lot longer. And I once did a reading for someone maybe a year ago, and she had to finally prove to PayPal that I had done the reading in order for them to pay me. So like if you sell a course through PayPal now, they will hold the money until the course has been delivered. So they've gotten a lot, I don't use them at all anymore for anything. So just check for your country, and check, all of those things out, but they have become a lot harder to deal with. So you just might want to watch that. Stripe is what I use. It doesn't mean you have to use it, but it doesn't have that, like I can get my money in 3 days. It's seamless, it's automatic. And PayPal used to be good.
It's true. And I think Stripe is the one that charges. I think Stripe, to sign up for the Stripe is free, it's a free account, but they charges you a certain percentage, right, from the sale. So, and I think the Stripe turns out to be cheapest from all of the integrations that we have.
Oh, good to know. There you go.
Good.
Okay, so there's some more here for you, Victoria. Do you mind explaining the overall system or process, how each part fits together? I'm currently building my business website. Do I need to connect to WordPress and WooCommerce? Is it necessary for my people to be able to buy the report from me?
No, so I think the answered question from beginning. So sorry, so I will share the screen again, just to not to talk as a weirdo. So the business website has its own setup. Yes, we're using the WooCommerce base basically to connect your payment methods, but you don't need to connect directly to WooCommerce to use to collect the payments. You can, as I mentioned previously, use the PayPal or Stripe plugin and use, or I think I've seen it as well, the Revolut, or I've seen it different actually plugins used by our customers to make the connection. This platform allows you to connect to various payment methods. And the business website as well, it's built on the WordPress base, okay, and it comes pre-designed. I know that a lot of customers asking me, can I actually insert or install my own theme? Because, okay, so I will be honest with you, not everyone like that very techy way of editing websites that this traditional WooCommerce editor gives, but this is how business website works. So this free service gives you pre-designed website with its own theme. Yes, you can change the colors, of course, the content, the images, you can change the menus, the logo, and customize it this way. But if you want to completely change the layout and say, I want a super modern and maybe menu popping out and, you know, very intuitive and a lot of pop-ups, this is not a part of the service, I'm afraid. You might include insert or install your own theme, but that will probably require to hire the developer to make the system to work with it, because it will require some adjustments. It will not work with the setup instantly. So the charge generator might not work, the payment method might not work, and that will require to do changes. What we offer through the Bodygraph chat setting is pre-designed and preset basically a website which allows you to slight adjustments and have the either landing page or the full website completely up to you. We have customers who even eliminated all pages, leaving just the home page as a landing page where people can generate the chart and the shop to sell the reports. And that's pretty much it. So this is a quick way for our customers to start business and to have a place where to invite people to generate their charts.
Thank you. I'm not like texting my friends over here. I'm reading the Facebook group post, so I make sure that I ask them.
Yeah, you're definitely checking your happy birthday messages.
Yeah.
Tell us true.
I just want some cake.
Yeah,
Okay,
you promised that you're going to be eating cake. Where is the cake?
I didn't get a cake. Nobody brought me cake today, just tulips.
Oh God.
So there's a follow-up question, which I believe the answer is yes to, but I'm not going to answer tech questions. Will I need to enable MailChimp there too? So this is a follow-up to the WooCommerce and Bodygraph chart question, or
Yes.
Bodygraph website. Yeah.
Absolutely. So by the default, your form will come on the business website without email field. And the thing is that, okay, this is very important thing to mention. If you're using business website, and this understanding is very important. So the business website is like a complete separate world from the embed codes. Very often I have a customers saying like, oh, I enabled reports on my embed code and this setting. Why it does not work on my business website? Because it's completely different setup. All the changes needs to be done at the dashboard. And if you're using business website, you can pretty much forget the integrate chart and statistics, because statistics only capture submissions from the embed codes and not from the business website. And that comes to the fact that you won't have the emails, you won't have the email field at first place to enabled, and you won't collect the emails from the business website. To collect the emails, you will need to make the connection at My Apps, and then go into your dashboard and enable that connection at the Bodygraph chat settings. In this case, I got a waiver enabled, and therefore it automatically enables the email field on my submission form, and I'm able to collect the subscribers from the business website.
Thank you. Okay, so this question, we know it's not yet, but I just want to answer it for the recording. Can I create a custom shortcake
Okay.
that will enable me to add a page for emotional authority with a defined sacral? The answer would be not yet, correct?
Okay, so you can create a custom property, but you will need to wait for actually use it on our new report editor, because our new report editor do not support the custom properties yet. So custom property, if someone does not know, we can build the custom properties and custom property tool. And if you know how the rules work, basically, we will have some custom properties available to install later on. They are just under maintenance until we make sure that it works actually with the new editor. So once you can build, as I said, custom property if you know how the rules and all those sequences work. And once we will send a newsletter that from now on the reading reports supporting the customer properties. Oops, that's the wrong report. The newest one, that short codes will become as well available as the custom properties, and the custom properties well will add the additional page visibility. So you can set up the page visibility based on that custom property that you will build.
Thank you.
Most
Okay, so I kind of think the other ones we can just answer in the group. I would just like to open it up to everybody on the call first and see if you have something else that brought up something for you. You feel fear in your body over all of that. You completely shut down looking at all of that. You want something else about your business. We have about 8 minutes left. So let's do whoever's live here first. And if not, we can go to one of the questions in the group. But I think they're pretty much that we can answer them online. And we've already answered some of them. Victoria's already answered some of them. So thank you for that. Our ninja customer support person. Yeah, Trish.
Okay, I'm having trouble saving a template into the new design page. Is it because I created it in the old and I just tweaked it? So I migrated my free report over, and then I tweaked, because we have to fix the charts, right? And so I tweaked it with making sure everything's lined up. That's the hardest thing for me, is to get it to line up and look good. All the short codes, the type and all that stuff. And I want to save it, and I go over and I click save as template, and then I don't see it in my templates. Now I did also edit my personal page through the new templates, and then save that as a template, and it saved. So I'm thinking maybe because it was kind of something I did on my own in the old editor.
No, my question is it happening on the migrated report?
Yes.
Okay, so migrated report, okay, just I will use this opportunity to say that we're not shutting down or terminating your reports, old reports, and you can use them as they are. So that's why we have this form above the migrated report that you can actually report some issues. And we've been working very hard to fix those issues. I know that Algis and Gita's in the background right now preparing the newsletter, because we fixed a lot of the issues. Probably the saving template is one of them. And we will be sending the newsletter saying that what exactly has been fixed, what's next steps need to be made. But we will be changing the migration process. So we're actually thinking about personal support for everyone and each of you to migrate your reports, just because it's frustrating process. We do get that. And we want to make sure that the migration is done successfully and as fluent as possible before we actually terminating anything. That's really scary thing, just people thinking that they will lose the data. No, that's not happening. We will not allow that to happen. We wanted to transfer simply because the old editor has a lot of issues. We want to turn it off because it's not ideal. The new editor is way better than the previous one. So it's unpleasant process, but probably that we need to go through it, and we will send an email explaining how we will do it in most comfortable way, to providing the support one by one face to face, probably we will arrange meetings with each of you to help you to migrate it.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
I'm excited for that. Mine is like sitting there, I did one step and then I'm like, ah.
Yours one for sure will be terminated.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I have a quick announcement to make and then we're going to go to Angela's question. Okay. And Angela, I had a social media idea for you and I forgot to share it in the group the other day after we talked last. So, but I can't wait to hear from you. So, Lara, I believe, is here and she's going to share a link in the chat. If you haven't yet shared your Bodygraph story, there is a chance to win your 6 months of your subscription for free. So I did it and it took me like maybe 5 minutes to fill it out. It's just like, you know, how you're using Bodygraph, where your business was before, that sort of thing. So we would love to hear from you and Lara will pop the link in the chat. Just open it up on your computer so you have it. The deadline is tonight. So she is going to draw the winner tomorrow for 6 months subscription free. So you might as well get your chance. And if you have a good little headshot of yourself that you would like them to include in your, I think there's a spot for a testimonial that we're going to use. So include a headshot if you possibly can. Just saves them finding one in your social media. Like maybe they'll pick one of Trisha's fashion show and that's not what she wants on there on her testimonial. I'm sure they wouldn't, but yeah. Okay, so there's that. So if you have to jump off early and you can't stay with us, then you'll know about that. Angela, what's up with you?
Good morning. Oh,
Hi.
actually, it is morning. It's morning here. I'm gonna try not to scare you guys. I'll come on camera
Yeah, we want to see you.
because you mentioned that. Oh, I look a hot mess, but
No. None of that.
I'm trying to show up. I'm actually trying to show up as my authentic self, as you were mentioning earlier when you were answering Trish's question. Anyways, I wanted to ask, are these weekly, these Zoom calls, are these weekly? Oh, this is so great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it because I'm now trying to figure out this whole website and the Bodygraph chart. Actually the website and creating a website, but I want to make it so simple. Do I need to create a website to sell reports or share the lead magnet?
No, you don't need to have the website basically, but that will, if you won't have at least landing page, that means that you will do it manually still. So you can use the generate chart and generate the reports for customers. That means they will send you, for example, the payment through your preferred payment method, and you will generate the chart and you email that to the customers. But as I said, you can use the business website and leave just that landing page and shop and nothing else. You can build on top of that later on, but you can have that little something to start with, and that will be automated. So you won't need to actually go and get the details and collect the payments. That will do the job for you, right?
Okay, I like that idea. I think I'm gonna do that. So thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Well, one of the real ideas that I had for you, Angela, was because we were talking about the kids and making it really simple for people. I was thinking it would be fun for you to do a like a spoof of you resting and something like how I rest at night, knowing that I was a great mom for my kids today, or knowing that I didn't yell at my kids once today, or knowing that I, you know, whatever it was, because you were talking about how mom, basically you want to be a good mom, right? So that could be fun for you.
That is so good. I love it. It's developing even more. I haven't started posting yet, but I'm feeling in my heart that, okay, it's time to start posting. And like you said, just showing the authentic self. And then this is kind of synchronistic. A friend of mine, I met with her the other day and she was like, why don't you just show you and your kids using human design? And I was like,
yes,
that's exactly what he said. So it's time. So thank you for that.
My staff, I used to have a retail store for like 15 years and my staff had these bracelets made that said, what would Vickie say?
I love it.
So every time that you guys are talking, I'm like, I want to see your chart. I want to see your chart. I want to see your chart. So I'm going to put a thread in, not tonight, because my grandkids are here now and we're going to have supper and cake. but I'm going to put a thread in the group so that we can see each other's charts. I think it would be super fun when we're talking to each other to understand, because when I asked Roscoe in the very beginning, well, what's your human design? Well, I mean, profile and type tells you like this much of your design, right? It's just so cool when you can look at the whole picture. Like I was just dying to see Jamie's chart earlier when she was unpacking the getting distracted. So I'll put that thread in there in the morning, if not tonight. I just think it's fun because it's like we're looking at each other naked when we look at human design charts, right? Maybe not quite to that degree. We won't be joining Roscoe's. Well, maybe somebody will join Roscoe's yoga class, but all right. So how does that feel? Everybody feel like you can tackle the rest of the week now? Jamie, you're gonna go and you're gonna do one thing, finish one thing. Okay, good. All right. Thanks for being here, everybody. And we will see you next Thursday at the same time.
See you next Thursday.
Bye.
Have a nice day or night. Bye bye.
Night. Yes.
Bye bye.